What is going on? It's your cousin, Jenelle Simone, and you are back for another episode of the Friday Night Keto. When I tell you it is hot tonight, the tea is steaming, piping hot. Boy, oh boy, tonight we're talking about episode 6 of Legendary, and tonight is a money ball. And I'll tell you one thing that the Muglers do not play with. They do not play when it comes to their coins. So go ahead and grab your drink because it's about to go down tonight. So the Muglers are here, and of course, I have to introduce overall mother, the beautiful, the gorgeous, the luxurious, legendary, exotic Mugler. Ooh, baby.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Jenelle.
Something about you. I can't take it. You just beautiful. Okay. Teach me.
Thank
Show
you, baby.
your ways. Yes.
I will show you the way, baby. It's all about the structure, the smile.
I cannot wait. Okay, so we have even more coming in tonight because, of course, you know we are bringing in for another episode the icon. The icon. Dominique Mugler. Okay, that's how you make an entrance there.
Hi, overall.
Hi, Con.
Hi, Jenelle. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Yes, darling. Ooh, it's gonna be. We have so much to talk about tonight. Okay, and of course, for tonight's episode, we have the co-father of Midwest and Canada. We have Twysted, Miyake Mugler.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Exotic. Hey, Dominique. Hey, Jenelle.
Hey, how is everyone doing this week? It's hot. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, she's fine. I had a lovely week.
Do tell. What you was getting into? Pun intended.
His screen name is DL Boss. Like, I'm joking.
Oh my God.
Hold on, let me get my phone.
No, but I was just working. That's it. Nothing too special.
Okay. And Exotic, you normally traveling all over the world. You Mr. International over there doing it.
No, that's next week. I'm in town.
Yeah, it feels good to have an opportunity to sit down for a change. My knee hurt from ripping and running around the States these days. So
I don't know how you do it. And Twysted, what is going on with you this week? It's a Friday. I'm ready for this holiday weekend. I already got my shoulders out ready for summertime.
For you guys, you already had a holiday weekend last weekend. So that's just for you guys. So happy Memorial Day weekend to you guys. But I actually just finished doing wrapped up a shoot for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. We have like this movie series that comes out in the summer, web series, and myself and Tamar Miyake Mugler are both a part of an episode together, and we just finished wrapping up that taping yesterday. So that was really, really good. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. It's crazy how they had me in that.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's what I love to hear. Like working, doing.
Always.
Hello,
Always
on to the next. Love that. Now, I got to tell you, first, shout out to Roxy Mugler, of course, who always handles the production and behind the scenes. Hey, boo.
Gotta love Roxy.
But this week, it is a money ball. Now, there is lots of cash that is being offered for this ball, up to $30,000. And I know that the Muglers do not play when it comes to cash prizes for the categories. So today, the ball is pretty much like a Toy Story. So my question opening up, if you think about your childhood, which toy would you have loved to bring to life? Who would go first? What toy would you love to bring to life?
I really loved Transformers.
Okay.
So like the one where they come out one way and you press the button and it transforms like a car or something like that. Like I was into that stuff. I didn't really play with too much like dolls or anything like that when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So
how about you,
that's
Donna?
it for me.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I forgot her name. The little skinny child. Her name was like Dolly, Polly. You remember? The little doll. She was like this big, and she had the little house, and you put her in. You could change her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket.
Polly
Yeah.
Pocket, yes.
That was my girlfriend because I wasn't allowed to play with dolls because I was a black African American male. So Dolly, you can hide. I would hide her right in my underwear, take her out, and then play with her.
Oh my goodness, I love that. How about you, Exotic?
So for me, I probably would say probably Ken doll. Yeah.
Fitting.
Absolutely, because it would be like my big brother.
Well, that's interesting because I kind of envision you as a real life Ken doll. So I think you kind of like just
I have a twin.
Oh,
Right,
there
I have
you
a
go.
twin.
It's already manifested because, yeah, absolutely. You are definitely the of a Ken doll. See, if I was to do it, that's a really good question because when it comes to toys, I probably want to do something that's just like wild, which is crazy. So probably like Care Bears.
Oh, nice.
I'd be like a Care Bear. But my scaredy cat ass would be probably running if I saw a big old teddy bear running after me, talking about we care. If you don't put your tail down somewhere, I'm not with the hug.
What did you just say? Did I just hear that? What did you guys just say? Yo, you know what? I'm gonna pay it. I thought I heard somebody say the Argos under their breath.
The who?
The Argos. That's where I heard somebody say the Argos.
Well, we didn't say that, but what did you say? Share.
No, I thought I heard somebody say something. I wasn't saying anything. Oh, come on. That's not. No, not me.
So what did you think you heard somebody say?
It's not even important.
Come on, interrogation.
That's all right.
You talking to the interviewer down here. You got to be careful.
All right. Right.
That's gonna set me up.
You work your magic, Dominique. It's okay. I will move out the way. You work your magic. But tonight it is interesting because episode 6, they're really allowing the houses to explore their imaginations and have their childhood come to life by doing this whole Toy Story where they're bringing these characters to life. And with tonight, there's a lot of different twists because we don't have 2. We have 3 categories that we are going to be competing in tonight, or we'll see in competition tonight. And what was an interesting twist is that they announced at the top of the show that no house would be eliminated. Now, do you have any feelings towards that? Like, why no house is being eliminated?
I do have a feeling about that, only because. I mean, like I said, it's a competition. Like that opportunity to give grace. It's the very moment where we could potentially do extremely well in a house that is quote unquote at the rut, so to say. Could be on the worst behavior tonight and not be able to get sent home. Like I feel like that is not fair to the other houses that had to go home and that didn't get the opportunity to have a second chance. But I get it. Ratings and extending the show. I totally understand that. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure we're going to do well anyway. So I'm not worried.
And it's interesting because now that we're down to these final houses, now you really get to see which overall team is really going to shine. Now you see the weaklings. Yeah. Now you see there's nowhere to hide anymore.
Man. I'm thinking because they're going to be they're broken down in battles for this one. I think.
For this one we're starting with floor performance. Yeah. Then we have European runway, which I'm gonna ask you, Dominique, more about that because that's your thing. That's what you do. Okay. So try to hide. And then we end off with duck walk. So the first category is Vogue elements with floor performance. Now, it was kind of explained what that is, but if you could give us I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna say it. I have a problem sometimes with the definition that is given when it comes to categories because I think for TV, what is given is not actually what it is in a real ball setting, and I feel that certain houses would have been chopped if that was actual ball, if it was actual function. I'm just
if the girls was on the piano.
right. So Vogue elements in floor performance, what would you be looking for as if you were on the table with your tens and your chops? What would you
Twysted, this your category. Tell the girls.
Yeah. So the elements of voguing. So all the elements of voguing is hand performance, catwalk, duck walk, spins and dips, and floor performance. I'm assuming they want floor performance to be highlighted, as in like one of the other episodes where they have to highlight spins. But they want you to break down all the elements of voguing. So that's kind of where I would think of. Preferably not doing it in that way though, where like the Escadas did it, where it was like hand section, catwalk section, duck walk section. Preferably not do it like that. I try to mix them up more and really have a section devoted to floor performance. That's what I'd choreograph it like.
So floor performance. Let me tell y'all what floor performance is.
Okay.
So floor performance is performance on the floor. So it's about like stretching. It's about like showing like leg work. It's showing lines, your lines on the floor. Showing posing, like those cut poses when you get in there. Those is where you really get to annihilate floor performance. Showing your dainty side. That's is really you really get pussy. Get cut like you getting fucked. Yeah, on the floor.
Just do it. So you can. Yes.
That's actually floor performance is my favorite element. It is because you gotta think about like look at some like seeing a girl that really can like Prince. When Prince get on that floor, Prince can do shit that nobody else can. When he do that little leg thing and all that, that's all floor work.
Interesting.
So, and the thing I would think of trying to do something like something that really stand out with floor performance too. Maybe some connecting move. You see how they did the dip that was connecting as well. Like try to come up with some kind of move that connects us all on the floor. But yeah, floor performance is hot. You don't have to make it all about sex, though, Dominique. But you can have a lot of technique in there with like synchronized swimming. You know how they have the leg work and synchronized swimming and shit like that. You can think outside the box. You know what I mean?
What is Vogue without being sexy?
It's always going to be sexy. Hopefully.
So now let's see how the Muglers did with this category, Vogue elements with floor performance. I cannot wait to see which toy elements they decided to bring to life. Roxy, let's go to the tape.
Is ready to burn bright. Will you be able to taste their rainbow? This is the house of Miyake Mugler.
Being at the bottom last week was such a surreal experience.
The judges, they said that we exuded this like very cold, energy.
Stupid.
Y'all feel very cold. I don't like that.
I think with this performance, their minds will be changed because this is like, they're going to see a whole different side of us, this fun, loving side.
So what's our inspiration for the Plastic Fantastic ball?
The 1980s rainbow colored doll.
Cool. Love a
Rainbow colored doll. Okay.
Usually, it's going to look like a
okay.
kaleidoscope
Ooh, okay.
of crayons.
It's going to look like New York City Pride.
I like it.
Does kind of amp up the stakes a little more, it being a money ball. But our biggest goal this week is to show the judges really who we are. It's genuine and it's real. And it's a family.
Here we go.
Hi out there. I'm Sunshine.
Oh, look at Malik.
The brightest of the rainbow kids. Let me introduce to you some friends of mine.
Come on, Tati. Oh,
And I'm Lucky Green.
this is so cute.
Adorable.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. So playful. Love the costumes.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. Is that Prince?
That people
Oh my God.
activating. Yes.
Yes. Ow.
Super, super cute.
Oh my God. Arturo with the mullet.
Yo,
With the mullet. Oh my God.
So
It's a
insane.
tough world, but if you show your heart, you'll shine bright.
Oh, I want more.
Leomi,
The floor performance ate it. Y'all carried. You stepped out the box, and that's what I love to see. I don't want to see no plain Janes on here. I've never been a plain Jane girl, so I don't want to see no plain Jane T. Overall, I love the dynamic that you guys had on the floor. I could tell that you guys were having fun, and that's what I
Fun.
love to see.
Yes.
Cut up.
Amaya.
So besides
what's the
the
score?
talent, I really love the outfits. Y'all have to
What's the
ask me
score?
tomorrow.
There are no scores.
I
There's
felt like I
secret
was in Rainbow
scores.
Bright Land, so I loved it.
Law.
I agree with Amaya. The effect
Oh, that's your
is
twin? Oh,
on
exotic keep
point.
saying.
It just did
It's
it.
so cute. Everybody's up in them, and I appreciate it.
That wig is
I don't know where those cold bitches from the last couple of functions are today, but this was hot. I feel like tonight we have finally met your house. Thank you so much for that energy. We gave you a hard time last week.
Yes.
You came back so much stronger. My favorite performance of yours throughout the entire competition. Well done.
Megan.
I was smiling the whole time.
What else?
Diego, I feel like you look fire in your costume. I just love to look at Diego.
She said out of body. That's what that is.
You got your first Bush Queen crush?
What is happening? Is that what it is?
Yes.
is that what it is? I love that.
But seriously, I really did like the fact that it felt warm. Like I was smiling with y'all the whole time. Y'all were smiling. I'm so happy about this house now because I was happy about y'all anyway. But now I'm really
Arturo.
happy.
His purple beard is
Glares
killing
shine
me.
bright off the runway.
Right.
All right, judges, make sure
So
you write down your
cute.
scores. We'll reveal them at the end of the night.
I think our journey here is a testimony to like, bitch, you turn lemons into lemonade. It's like every critique we had since week one, we took it and we delivered.
At our last function.
Yes, Tati. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was
That is
thoroughly
amazing
impressed.
performance.
Yes.
Now, like they mentioned last episode, they read the Muglers for filth. I'm sorry. They said the Muglers were cold. They said that they didn't see family, that they didn't see fun. And today, this is the response of the Muglers. Somebody let me know what you think about overall mother. Let me go to you and talk about the kids. What do you think about today's performance?
I really love today's performance. I love the idea, the choice they chose. The looks were on point. Although I'm not fancy about the color in the beards, I just say shave that shit off. Give me a clean look, to really embody the dolls. But it still came across as received well. I love the happiness that they portrayed this week. We can't be cold. Well, I wouldn't say cold. I would say mysterious. That's our thing. Where we smile, but we're in competition mode. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not a laughing matter all the time. And I think for some houses they're a bit more emotional because being in bottom, up and down can draw emotion out of you. But when you're consistent, it's hard to really show emotion because you're focused. And I think we've been very consistent overall. And last week was our first time really in the bottom and feeling that wrath of, nervousness. So, having to come out of that, and really take the time to really enjoy where you are. Being on the bottom really can make you a bit more vulnerable. And I think that's what happened this week.
Mm-hmm. Twysted, what would be your words to those who said last week that the Muglers were cold and not really connected? What would you say to that, and now translating into tonight's performance?
Well, I think that Exotic summed it up pretty much perfectly when he said it's just embodiment of professionalism and confidence that people will see, right? So when you're polished in your craft and your art, and you know what you're able to deliver, and you've been exposed to like industry stuff that's just beyond ballroom, you kind of know how to conduct yourself in different spaces and different spheres, right? So in the competition world, we are taught even beyond just Mugler's, any competitor is taught not to really show the emotion on your face when you're being critiqued and stuff like that. When you're dancing, of course, let them see your emotion, but when people are judging you, it's supposed to be this, just accept it and move on, right? And that's what Muglers were doing. And people receive that as cold or whatever, but that's just a misinterpretation. And because when you see the Muglers, when there's no cameras around, or when we are by ourselves in a house meeting, or we're kikiing, you would never think that it's the same house that people will see at balls. And that's what they got to see with this performance, how Muglers are when we are not being so, we're smiling all the time, we're laughing all the time, we're kikiing, we're doing all kind of shit. We're a fun house. Even though we're strict and we're a polished house, we're a lot of fun, a lot of funny people in this house, a lot of kikis from David right on down. So people have to really see what it is.
Yeah, but at the end of
Go
the
ahead,
day,
Exotic. Sorry.
let's be real. At the end of the day, at a real ball, ain't nobody crying to get a vote. Ain't nobody finna sit there, boo hoo hoo ha ha. That would get you chopped even faster. So like they'd be like, why are you crying this thing? What you crying for? This is the ballroom is not for the faint of heart. It's not for weak and vulnerable. Okay, fine. But you don't see that at balls. At balls, it is competition, it is focus, it is something about to get you off the floor, and it is what it is. And if you get me off the floor, child, okay, I may hug you or I may not. Have a good night. And it is what it is. It's battle zone. Ain't no crying and oh my God and it's none of that. So I think that's the thing is we're right. Thank you. We are dead first in ballroom battle zone mode, and that's what it is. It's hard to come out of that. Like we transform when it's time to battle. So to go back, all the crying and stuff like that, I'm like, girl, y'all keep it. But I get it. It's good for TV and all that. We want to see y'all. We want to see you cry. Blah blah blah. This is not This is not the Oscars, baby. This is a dance competition. So let's get with it.
Icon Dominique, I need to hear these thoughts that you have for tonight's performance. The floor, you said this is your jam. Let me hear it.
Well, I just pretty much piggyback everything that Exotic and Twysted said. I definitely agree with. One thing about my house and our members, we adjust well, right? So y'all bitches said we cold. Let's show you how much fun we can have. Let's show you that we not cold. The only thing I wish that the Muglers would have done in the beginning of the routine, I wish they would have brought out coats for them bitches that said we was cold and just throw them on them. Like, bitch, now that's ballroom.
But it
You're
turned
not
it.
cold, bitch. You just too hot.
Yako, right.
Put them on ice.
But definitely, if knowing performance, if you like Omi mentioned it, but if you really get into their floor performance, they ate that shit up. And we always eat every task they give us. We always highlight and we overextend it. Not talking about any other houses, but every other house they'll do a little floor, they do one spin. We really embody that highlight and we focus on that and we turn it. And I was just so proud of this performance. The happiness, seeing the Toro have fun, seeing them get out of their head. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
And speaking of that, piggyback off Dominique, we are, to me, in my head, one of the only houses, along with TC, that have had flawless execution throughout every performance with no mistakes or no mess-ups. And one of the things that kind of drives my nerves is when it's seen and be sorry in my house for giving 10s to houses that had major mistakes in their performances and saying, oh, that's okay, gives it a 10. A 10 is perfection, sweetheart. Perfection. From beginning to end, perfection. you can't be slipping and falling and rolling on the ground and getting up slow and slapping hands XYZ and giving people tens. I am confused. I am baffled. I am in bewilderedness right now. Somebody please find me. Please find me. Because I know they were there in person to see it, and I could see it all on my screen. I'm wondering, like, wait a minute, he fell, she fell, he's offbeat, he fell into his dip before everybody else. I am lost. I'm confused. Oh yeah, oh that's okay. No, it's not. No. If you guys are going to give away $100,000, tens after that is not okay.
Yeah.
And they're giving us an 8. I'm gonna give you a strong 8. Yeah,
And bitch,
I'm like on a perfect performance. I'm lost.
Strong 8.
Ain't no such thing as a strong 8, baby. Trust me, I know my sizes. It's a strong 10. Nobody talk about something.
Hey, that's strong, but a 10.
I wish that's like one of them boys that pull up in your inbox talk about, yeah, I'm a murder you. You be like, what you working with? They be like an 8. Bitch, you ain't murder me with an 8. I mean, it's
I actually love the way Law says a strong.
Yeah,
a strong. No. It'd be so stern. I'd be living.
I like when Law said, but I hate when all the other girls be saying it. No, who said it? Megan was like, I'm going to give you a strong 6, bitch.
Really? I don't remember that. And see, that's why I was happy that they didn't have points given outright, because I'm shade or no shot. I don't care. I feel that some people, they judge off the strength of what the next person judged, and it's not really what they want to give. They listen to the other one and then copy. And so I like the fact that they couldn't really hear what the other person is saying.
I felt like the vote. I like that. You're right.
And then the other thing I have with the judges is like, I understand the whole idea of the competition of the show, but in real ballroom life, before they even got up the stairs to get on the stage, chops would have been given. Like a lot of people. I mean, between the effects, that costume, the not actually adhering to the category. All right, I'm in my own world. Oh boy, so we'll move on to the next category because we got 3 to talk about tonight. So this one is an interesting one because the next category was European runway as a unit. So in this category, that each house had to have at least 2 people on the runway in order to participate. But I need to understand, if maybe give me clarification, Dominique. Legendary,
icon.
Icon.
Roxy, edit that. Make sure that icon is up.
Icon. But you are legendary for European runway, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
All right. Want to make sure I give respect where respect. I honor you. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Give me what it actually means to do European runway. What is that?
So European runway is what you see on the runways. When you see like Naomi Campbell, when you see Tyra Banks, when you see Twiggy, that's European runway for the Butch Queens. When it comes to ballroom, it's just more than that straight catwalk. You know, it's about the look, it's about the attitude, and it's about the walk. So we want to see that walk, but we also want to see attitude. We want to see antics. We want to see stunts. We want to see spins, pivots. That's all what's encompassed in European runway.
Mm-hmm. So in the house, between the 5 that are there now, if you had the choice, who would you pick to be the 2 to walk this category? Who would you have chosen?
Malik.
And?
Malik.
And?
Malik.
Well, let's Malik a clown.
If you had to pick 2 people off the team, Malik and who
that
else?
That actually would have been that would have been a cute effect, though.
Yeah.
To do like, okay. So, how about you, Twysted? Who would you pick?
I would have sent out Malik, and probably Diego.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
just because like he's a dancer, I would assume that he'd be able to learn how to do the choreography.
Mhm.
So
hold on, I changed my
Just
mind.
think of
I would
that.
have picked the Toro. I would have picked the Toro. I would have added a Toro for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Because a Toro does give you. I remember a couple of times they walked runway as a house when he was in that old other house, the Blonix, and they walked. You know, they did European as a. I mean, it wasn't good, but he did it. That's all that matters. So I would say a Toro, and plus seeing the show. I didn't want to get too far in detail, but seeing the show. Well, after you watch the show, I'm gonna tell you why. The second reason I'll pick him once we get further down the show.
Okay. And exotic, who would you have sent for this category? Who would you have chosen?
I probably would have done Malik and Prince. Well, I've never really seen Prince's runway walk. However, I do feel like just because he's super like cunt, I feel like it would have probably flowed a little bit better with him. Because he has a sickening duck walk and catwalk. So I figured if you can catwalk, you can runway, you can strut. But I think Dominic, it is two different things. I totally understand.
Prince is too pussy. It's a such thing as being too cunt for something.
Really?
You know those girls in the morning show, the white girls, they be like, Prince would have gave you all that.
So I'll agree with you with the Arturo situation. Man. Okay, let's go to this whole next situation. I'm ready.
Well, as we heard from let's go to it and see who was chosen to walk this category, and let's see how the Mugler did.
Runway, let's go. Pump, walk the runway, walk and pump, serve the runway out. Pump, walk the runway, serve, walk, pump the runway, yes, walk, pump the runway out. Pump, serve the runway.
Okay, they pull out the blondic move.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3 chops. Was Megan about to reach for the tens? It looked like she was about to reach for the tens because she saw chop. Oh, okay. Well, there we have it. That was
horrible.
I would chop it too. You see the thing about like I would have
chopped it too.
When it comes to NSYNC, I feel like you have to at least try to even match the body and the looks, right? So it would have to be people who at least they look the same. There's too much of a difference even from the back of the runway. Like it's just too. They don't work together. They don't work together.
Too much? Should have been edited down? What's the?
No, I feel like in terms of the look that I feel like they were very straight faced, like stern look, like when you're in a whole like costume of a toy, and I didn't feel like it was as fun and exciting as it could have been in terms of like antics and stuff like that. I feel like they really could have played with the effect when it came to like really gotten into the effect and gave those types of antics in runway like you would see a Miss London do, somebody that knows how to get into her effect and become that effect and merge runway and the effect together. So I expect a little bit more, and then synchronization. They kind of started off in sync until they got to that pivot and turn at the end, and it was just lost right there. I think Arturo was ahead of the movement, or either behind, one or the other. I don't know, but it didn't come together at that point at the end, and I knew the chop was gonna start flying after that. It's like, oh shit.
This is when you at a Royal Ball. If we was at a Royal Ball, this is when you on. If I was on a panel and they did that same walk, you had to look at one of the leaders on the sideline and you have to like, and then you put your head down and look at the panel because you be like, because somebody gonna chop, so you be like,
because you gonna hear what's that, and then you go, it's gonna be up.
So Malik was too much in it, and Arturo wasn't enough in it. So when you're doing team categories, especially if it's somebody that has more of the talent than the next one, guys have to like meet here.
Right.
Because if you see Malik was too in it.
While we do this, okay. So let's play that clip again. So you said Malik was too in it, but Arturo wasn't
in it enough.
Right. I think energy.
Roxy.
Tati could match Malik's energy.
Let's go.
Okay.
So look, you see, look at the hip. Look watch right here. Watch Malik. Malik's like, boom.
Malik had attitude, bitch.
Yes.
And Malik is in a pump. The walk is gonna look different.
Yeah.
Malik is in a pump and Arturo's in a flat shoe, so the walk is already gonna look different. That doesn't make sense. Why would they partner with each other? They need to have the same style. Heels
No, you
is
can
more
do
like,
that because it's all about like you can do that. Like I walked many times. I walked with All American before. It's not about what they have on or even the body structure. It's about like movements. So you got to make sure your hips are in sync. You got to make sure your hands are in sync.
for sure. Not taking that away. That's
And Malik's was given.
Yes, that's what it was giving.
Hips.
It was giving. Malik was giving you hair show. Arturo was giving you high school prep rally.
Joke from Arturo like that.
One thing I want to say to the Muglers, I don't know who put them in them pants, but they need to learn how to tuck. I hate when I see butch people in fights and they just be like, especially the country girl. Like if it was somebody like Diego, I wouldn't mind. But
You know
what?
You know what?
Oh man. So 3 chops out of 5. So there were 2 that would have let that walk.
Show me a lot.
No, Jamila was chopping.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
It was.
Ooh.
They were chopping. Law didn't chop and Amaya didn't chop.
Right.
Right.
But Law didn't chop because it's like, you know, when you on the panel and other girls chopping, you want to be like, bitch.
You know they gonna chop, so you ain't even worried. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But Amaya was the only one giving 10s. Remember, she was reaching over for it, and when she saw all the other girls chop, she was like,
She was like,
oh. That's the face.
Put that down real quick.
Ooh.
But it was rightful. There was a chop. It was a chop.
It was.
Yeah, that was a little rough. I was like, oh man, and it hurts because this is a money ball.
They should have started doing what the other houses did. They should have started crying.
Boo-hooing.
Now you know what? Because it be them stories that it's that pull, that dramatic pull that gets into the judge's heartstrings and.
Bitch, I would have made up a whole story. I would have said I just broke my ankle.
That is not because just last week one of the mother crying houses went home and they was booing down at the end when Miss Thing battled Malik. They didn't care about their crying.
But no, you couldn't. It don't matter what they would have done. They could have died on stage. They wasn't winning.
Honestly, what Malik brought in the battle, like there was no way, like in comparison, side by side. The flawless performance that Malik brought, like if a judge said no, then you would have to look at that judge like this ain't what you supposed.
What they should have done, Arturo should have told his story before they walked, talking about how he only had 3 toes. Maybe got a little sympathy, saying, you know, this is so hard. I'm challenging myself because I only got 3 toes. The judges would have got life. The judges would have like, oh.
That's why I play that sport.
You gotta know TV. What you say, mother? You say for TV. You gotta learn what to do for TV.
Right.
3 toes.
3 toes.
Sometimes you got to tell a story. I'm telling you, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. You got to tell your story, and don't let.
But getting chopped is a part of the story too, though.
What? Do that again.
Getting chopped also adds to that whole vulnerability. Sorry, because you're also not perfect anymore. So in a sense, it could also help the Muglers because we're not the perfect house anymore. That's what they want to see when they say you're not. I'm just saying, anytime they say, you know, they want to feel your emotion or see you grow, whatever, that helps with just watching you grow, right? You're not good at something, you become better at it on the show. Just saying. That's what they want. That's what they want.
But I do like the story that even Tati said, where she said, when they give us lemons, we're gonna make lemonades, and that's what the Mugler story is, even in this, because from day one, your house has been scrutinized the most, nitpicked the most. Every intricate detail is brought out to the stage, and it's like, what? And then, as you said, Exotic, where you've watched others, and you're like, how are you presenting this and then getting tens? You getting your tens, and there's no way side by side comparison when it comes to the category. Y'all effing with the Mugler. I'm just saying. I'm
All
saying.
right, we have perfect performances, and they're giving us 8s, and versus people who are messing
And
up
I
and
got another
falling
one.
and all
When
of
they
that.
give
They
us Jack
getting 10s.
Daniels, we turn it into Doucette. That's how we do it. That's what the Miguel said.
Twysted.
Those girls I used to see in Jack Daniels, they didn't know when a real bitch with a Doucette cup came. No. I thought Megan
Oh,
was,
yeah.
she was talking about riding boats. She didn't know how to ride
That's
boats.
so silly.
That's so crazy. So we had European runway, and just when you think we're done, we are not done, because there is one more category for this episode, and this is the infamous duck walk. I don't know what kind of genes people have, these bionic knees that these beautiful creatures have. To do this in perfection, because there have been sloppy walks, and to do it with precision. So now, because Arturo and Malik have done the European one way, now the other 3 members are going to do the duck walk. Now, are you a little nervous about Diego and all them long legs? No, not nervous. No. Are you? You are nervous with those. Now,
it's not Diego I'm nervous. Me personally, tall guys to me in being ballroom. I can definitely. I know Prince. If Prince could give you duck walking for 2 hours. Diego's tall, so usually taller guys, they don't do so great at duck walking. So, and then Tati got that body now, mother's body. So I was like, whoo, some ankles is gonna hurt.
Ooh.
But this is the reason I said Arturo. I would have picked Arturo, because bitch, Arturo probably would have got two little things in the bitch would have collapsed.
What's that little secret? Talking about? Oh damn, that Arturo dude.
Arturo wouldn't have gave you a catwalk. She would have gave you a caterpillar, bitch. Would have been out and laid out.
Egg does know what we do.
So done.
Ooh, okay, so here is the last category in this episode. We have the duck walk, and we had 3 members of the Muglers who is going to compete in this. Let's see how the Muglers do.
The beat.
This is gonna be hot.
From the house of Mugler, give it up for Tati, Prince, and Diego Mugler.
Okay.
Come on, y'all.
They duck walking, yes.
Yes, eat. Yes, ow.
Okay, Prince.
It's so instinct. Give me that. Ow. Man, why are you looking at that?
Yes, even the fire side, they over there siren, because that was definitely 10. That was beautiful.
Perfection.
And I ate my words, because that body didn't stop Tati, and that tall, long leg, not that one. But Diego, two other legs, he turned it.
No, they definitely did that.
Dominique.
You know my mouth.
Yeah.
I do.
You're not like that, but you know what I said.
Oh my God.
But now that they've gotten their 10s, now it's time to compete in order to win grand prize. This might be a little tricky, because it's one thing to do a duck walk once. It's a whole nother thing to do it again. Well, let's see. How do Muglers do, Roxy?
That's true.
for the dark walk. Let's bring it on down for the dark walk. Yes, let's bring it for the dark walk. Let's bring it on down for the dark walk. Let's break it for
I'm
the
sorry.
dark walk. Yes,
He ate her. It's no shade. Yes, come on now.
Give me one,
Look how straight the back is now.
One, Mugler, give me one, Jamila. One, Mugler, give me one, Jamila.
And look at how detailed it is. How clean it is.
Give me one, two. Break the tie, Amaya. All right, Tishi says, but give Mugler a round of applause. Yes.
Oh, I love that battle for two reasons. But go ahead, mother.
Excuse me. I'm gonna need that real quick. 1 second. Huh?
That was a lot.
Don't worry about it.
I am gagging.
Yeah, I need a sip of something real quick before I clear my throat like a letter before I read. Okay. First and foremost, he ate her. That duck walk was perfection. The fact that he played, like we said, one of those things we talk about, staying in your element of your effect and bringing that to life within what you're doing. Amazing. He had some technical things that he added to his duck walk. Catwalk, sorry. Duck walk. That were really, really amazing. He played around with it. It wasn't just boring bouncing, just doing this the whole entire time. Like, he showed that he could be versatile in doing what he was doing. On the other note, that last vote, I'm sorry. But in the eyes of the judges, in the shade, that should have gone to us. And it's no hating on anybody else, but we already know the tea. We already know politics and how it's played. We have people that guest judges that come on the show that are, really, really good friends with people that are on the show. Then we know we'll see what things can happen. Of course, production probably that has no clue about those things, but how would they? But seeing it, I definitely could see how we didn't get that. So,
bullshit.
Why everybody quiet?
I'm gonna be quiet because the helicopter's out. Because obviously they trying to capture somebody. They're not looking for me though. But I'm interested in hearing what you have to say, Twysted, about that battle right there, because that was a very clean, precise, back straight, just
every beat.
Yep.
Fluidity.
Everything was nice. Fluidity. And then mixing in the break dancing little part that you're talking about and everything was, I loved seeing Prince doing a duck walk, and I actually love Prince's duck walk on a whole. I know you were talking about his floor performance earlier, Dominique, but my favorite element from Prince is actually his duck walk. It's so kind, it's so different, but it's still so technical, and I think that's what I love about it the most. And not taking away from Simone, because I love Simone's duck walk. She does a lot of these break dancing rolls and stuff like that on her knees and stuff. She does amazing stunts in duck walk too. But for that battle just now, Prince was doing a lot more for me. I would have gotten my vote, not just because he's a Mugler. It's just because of what he did in the battle. That's it.
I'm trying to be quiet. As you can hear, the helicopter still over here. I hope they capture whoever it is and he don't come sneaking in my I'm gonna have to capture him myself. But Dominique,
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I said this last time I was on. When it comes to TV, especially like people that are not really in the scene, that they go up for certain things. Like my mom. If my mom judging the ball, she would 10 out of 10 times she's gonna pick a dramatic person over a soft and cunt person, right? Because dramatics give you the antics more than the technical. Prince is more technical than Simone, and I'm not taking away from Simone either, because she did amazing too. But I think her style is is dramatic more. So she's giving you the trendy. She gave you that trendy like thing that some people on the panel I can see maybe identified a little more like, of course, Megan, because she ratchet. You know, she identified more with all of that. But to understand a technical point, to understand what Vogue is, Prince fucking murdered that.
Yes, he did.
Simone is amazing as well. And Simone is an assassin in her own right. And she started.
Yes, she is.
She started.
She really is.
Mugler, about that. So, anyway,
she really is an assassin.
Simone is a fucking beast, hands down too. But I think it's just it's two totally different styles.
Right.
Two totally different styles.
Two totally different styles. It is.
And people really don't appreciate. If you don't know Vogue, people usually don't appreciate soft and cut because it's not giving you that rah rah. But it's harder to do soft stuff because it's more technical. It's more about flowing. It's a continuity that Prince had that is just unbeatable to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Dominique. Yeah, I do agree with you, Dominique. Simone is super talented. We all know that. I mean, she is a product of Miyake Mugler as well. But in the end, like I said, when it comes to technique and form and just kind of importing the elements and like just to perfection, Prince had it down pat. You know, and like I said, it's not taking anything from Simone. She's still great, but Prince had it down pat. There's no way he should have lost that battle.
No, Prince to me, and I'm mentioning this one person because I mean she's not in the house, but to me there's two people in ballroom that are just like I call the seven wonders of like Vogue. Like they are just like so, and it's Naomi and Prince. Naomi's a female. So for me, Naomi's a female figure version. Prince is the male. There will never be nobody that can do what Prince. There will never be another Prince, ever. Prince is so his Vogue is so unique. Is so. That he's just to me like one of the greatest. That he's going to like one of the greatest ever.
Oh yeah.
There will never be another Prince ever. I'm getting emotional because I have so much admiration for him.
Even when you say that too, even when you say that, Dominique, that's why when it comes to the Vogue battles, if I always take Naomi's vote as the vote, right? Like if whoever Naomi votes, that's the person that should have won that battle, no question. That Naomi voted for Prince. I'm just saying, she's an expert at Vogue.
Even with the judges, it's interesting when you have judges who are very familiar with ballroom, with function, with how, and then you have others who are not as off. That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as ballroom savvy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely was like, and I completely agree. TC definitely amazing overall. Prince did that with perfection.
It wasn't even tight. He just got it like Prince was like she just rolled over. Like just effortless. It was effortless. It was effortless.
And use the space. Come on.
It was control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lots of it.
Mm-hmm. So at the end of this episode, like I said, there was no eliminations in this cash ball. Unfortunately, Mugler did not come out on top and scoop up all the money. But what I will say is, what do you think now moving forward?
You guys did production as a house?
We did.
Not even the first category?
I think we did.
We won it, right? Okay.
We won
well. Exotic.
Yeah.
I seen you drinking. I saw Jenelle take a sip. I know I'm sipping. But how you didn't see that? You're the only one that's not drinking.
Who?
You. How you missed that? That was the first thing.
I'm drinking water. Oh, no. I remember seeing the performance, but I said, did we win that category? Because I remember we didn't get a score.
Well, how we going to win if there's no score, baby?
That's so silly.
Sorry. I'm confused. I said at the end of the night, at the end of the night, usually at the cash balls, it's like giving out per category.
I know,
like I'm category. So I guess we didn't win any category, I guess what you're saying, but never mind. I'll watch the episode later, answer my own damn questions, Dominique. Thank you. You're so helpful.
Oh, thank
You're
you, baby.
so helpful. You're so helpful. I really appreciate it.
I don't know what is going on. They coming to get me out here, y'all. And there's like 2 helicopters out here now. So within this, how do you think the Muglers are going to use this energy towards the next function next week? Because last week, Muglers was on the bottom, fighting their way to stay in the competition. And now this week, without being pretty much in the middle again, now going into the next fall, the next function, what do you think the Muglers, what the outcome might be, or do you think they might, move forward? What would you say to that?
So from the beginning of competition to now, we've been consistently in the middle until last week. And this week, we're kind of moved up past the middle spot. I feel like next week, we should really start to be more on our incline, on our rise. Definitely, as now, like they're starting to figure out how to really enjoy themselves and not to overthink things and to really like play up the categories and have fun with it, embody the categories. I will do very well.
I agree. Fully agree.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they needed that. I think it's a validation that they needed because from the beginning we were getting tried. We kept getting tried from 1 through 5 episodes. We were getting tried. So I think this little validation that they got is going to take them to take them up to levels. Like I compare our journey right now to like when a Butch Queen first comes out. Like as a gay man, when you first come out, you start off the bottom and then you start to get in the middle because you're like, okay, be a little versatile. And by the time you're in your 40s, you don't want to bottom no more. So you get
everybody doesn't start off as a bottom and Dominique.
Oh, that was just me.
That's a New York thing.
I started off on the top, and now I'm never mind.
I love it. I'm intrigued to see the story that develops because this is where we're really getting to see the phoenix rise from the ashes. And the Muglers, I just love y'all. That's why I'm your
I love you too.
Y'all family. This is so good. So that's episode 6. What last words would you like to say to all your lovely fans and Muglers out there?
Well, I just want to say, you guys who are out there that are supporting us and are also supporting Ballroom as a whole, thank you guys so much. You guys don't understand how far this scene has come and how far our houses have come, to be on such an amazing platform like Legendary. A shout out to HBO Max. For giving it, this opportunity. Like, it is really amazing. And all the creativity that goes into it is sheer representation of our leaders, sheer representation of our mentors and our upbringing in this very scene. And each one of the contestants are super talented beyond what we actually see on television. And like I said, I just say thank you guys so much for embracing us and embracing our culture.
Anything from you, Twysted? Last words? Parting words?
Yes, my last words are like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, please. We are trying to do more of these things as a house, and the best way to show your support is by liking, commenting, or subscribing. So do one of the 3, or do all 3.
And last but not least, Dominique.
To our contestants that's on the show, I just want to say we are so proud of you, each and every one of you. We are so proud. Thank you for going on that show and representing the house so well, in the porcelain style. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Jenelle. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Twysted. Also, if you think what you see on Legendary, if you love it, baby, come check us out at a bar or check us out in our own lane because, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. You better not never decide. There.
Yeah. Also, follow us on Instagram at Miyake Mugler Official. Again, that's at Miyake Miyake Mugler Mugler Official OFFICIAL. All right, guys. Thank you
There's
so
a
much,
dot
Jenelle,
before
for having
official.
us.
There's so much more that you can find, more ballroom content on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can connect with all of these fabulous and wonderful Muglers here on Instagram. So we'll see you next week because we are still on Legendary. Thank you to HBO Max.
Miyake!
Mugler! Bye-bye. And next week is Opulence, Opulence Ball. I'm
Ooh.
excited about that.
Yeah.
We know nothing else.
Opulence.
We know Opulence.
Ostentatious.
Only one house owns that show that's popular.
Extravagance.
I own everything.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
All
All right.